So we were supposed to get a great export market. I could go on about this as an economist and a lecturer at a business school, but this thing here, this line that goes up again like a hockey stick, is our trade deficit with China. Now, according to Ricardo's theory, which I would love to take apart, but I don't have time to do that, this shouldn't happen, okay? This should self-correct in a number of different ways, but it doesn't. We've been doing this for 30 years, okay? And I am a free trader and I am a free marketer. But you don't do business with criminals and expect to get a good deal. So for 30 years, the difference between our revenues and our cost of doing business with China have been negative. What do you call that in a business school? We call it a loss. And, you know, that doesn't seem to make sense, unfortunately, to a lot of my good free trading conservative friends who want to just keep doing this because any moment now something friggin' magical is going to happen and we are going to have this wonderful globalized, peaceful, super capitalistic economy that's going to make us all rich. It's not making us rich. It's making the Chinese rich. We need to be aware of this. If you run a loss every year for 30 years, would you keep doing the same strategy in business? Would you keep appointing the same CEOs? I don't know. So this is the free trade fairy tale I am forced to teach you when I pull out the textbook in macroeconomics. This textbook, written by Glenn Hubbard, a guy I actually like, who was the chief economic advisor for G.W. Bush in the first administration. He's got a little bar here, sidebar in the book, talking about the market system in action. How do you make an iPad? So he says Foxconn, which is based in Taiwan, assembles the iPad in factories in Shenzhen and Chengdu and ships them to Apple for sale in the U.S. Yep, they sure do. Then he says, of course, that the market conditions arbitrate where the iPad is made, basically. The efficiencies of the globalized market decide where the iPad can be made. Well, let me show you a little video. I shot this video inside Foxconn City in Shenzhen. This is where they have 750,000 people making products for Apple, Dell, Motorola, all these great American companies that are pouring your investment dollars into China. This is an executive from Foxconn who's taking me around on a little tour of the world's largest factory. Listen what he has to say about why the iPad is made where it is.
For Apple business, like Zhengzhou and Chengdu, the government even construct the buildings free and provide us for free for I think 3 to 5 years. Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's because of Apple, not because of Foxconn.
Is that the free market? No. Okay. If you do business with the mafia, you empower the mafia and you empower crime. And we have laws against that for a good reason. So, frankly, I advocate laws that restrict our economic relationship with China because it's a criminal regime and we get taken advantage of and they cheat. And so my free market friends say, oh, but American consumers benefit because we get cheap consumer products. It's true. I love my iPhone 5, okay? We get cheap consumer products. How long does this last? This is good for 18 months or whenever my next upgrade comes along, and then it's a piece of hazardous waste. What do I have to pay some money to protect the environment from this? And then it gets shipped off to China where it's recycled. What do the Chinese get? They get a factory. They get productive capacity that feeds their military. They get billions of dollars in American capital, and they get all our technology. Is that a fair trade? Cheap consumer products for the engine of wealth? I don't think so. And economists need to get over their very naive view of how free trade works.